Welcome to the City of the Gods, the Daggerheart game I tried to run, Part 2. I am Victor the
Woo.
GM. It's the 21st of May 2026, and here are the players.
Hello, I'm Hannah, and I play Chanterelle Nevis, an Audubon fungal druid.
Hi, I'm Crystal. I'm playing Katkin, a Qatari Slyborn Ranger.
Yep.
And I am Nebeus Hallowfall, an Audubon Dracora Guardian of Vengeance. And because I'm heavily scarred right now, I am a filthy PNG tuber. Hello.
And your name is?
Nebeus.
Oh.
Oh, Frosty, yes. when not a filthy PNG tuber, I am sometimes referred to as Frosty or Frosty or whatever. Who cares?
Okay, hi, welcome. What do you remember from last time?
We're on a boat.
We're on a boat.
That's why I arranged this boat.
I have amnesia. I wasn't there.
Don't worry about it. I'll cover where the character was in a minute.
I'm sure we had another companion, but they got knocked into the water in an explosion, and we haven't seen them since, and they won't show up until next session. How convenient.
If we're not discussing Derek, because Derek had a lot of misfortune. If we're actually discussing Becky, Becky is narratively excused, which means we just don't reference her. She's definitely here, though. Definitely here doing everything she would be doing. She's just narratively excused. But we don't reference.
Yeah, we were on a boat. We were downstairs on a boat. And then there was just having a nice time, just on a boat, chilling out. And then there was some horrible screaming from upstairs. And we ran upstairs to see Derek, of aforementioned fame, be sucked into a sort of vortexy thing.
Being sucked off by the orb, yes.
Yeah, we could see his boots. I think when we showed up, we could only see like his legs. And people were trying to pull him back, and then he was gone. Never was very sad. We attempted to help. We figured out that the orb goes towards groups of people. A variety of things were thrown at the orb. The orb only ate the magnet. It ate the magnet and spat it back out.
It likes metal? Question
But then
mark?
I think we tried to feed it a weapon, and it didn't care about that. And we were like, surely Derek had metal on him.
Yeah, so it took the kind of lodestone magnet thing that Horacina found in her bag. She threw it at the kind of weird orb thing. It seemed to almost like as if play with it, taste it, something, and then it just spat it back out in shards, like shrapnel. It didn't it seemed almost like it glitched it out in some strange way.
Bloody magnets, how do they work?
Exactly, right? Absolute magic. And there was the other guy on the ship. What was his name?
Oh, Derek's friend.
Yeah, what was his name? We had Longitudinous, the navigator.
Yes! Oh, we named them all, didn't we?
Longitudinous!
Longitudinous, the navigator.
Oh, I forgot about that. Sorry.
Fantastic. And he'd his favourite spear. Tried to keep the thing at bay, and it pulled the spear off of him, it floated around, and it kind of just dropped it.
Yeah. And there was a captain.
Yes, Blowhard. Yep.
Yes.
Things I definitely
Captain Blowhard.
I feel like
Punctilious.
And our lovely fussy Galapa couple as well, the little turtle people.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yes.
A lot happened. You've worked out as well that by surrounding this thing, it seemed to be drawn towards people. So by all of the people on board just standing in a circle around it, it didn't seem to know where to move to. So it was almost like managed in place. And the players realized, they're still about a day away from shore. So it might be a test of endurance to get everybody off to the safety of that. So that's what we did last time. What I'd like to do just now is everyone wants to describe their characters just for each other's benefit. Maybe a little kind of snapshot of what they look like. Maybe what's obvious if they carry a bow constantly, or if they carry their knitting, for example, with Horacina. Yeah, do you want to describe that? Do you want to start us off with Chanterelle?
Yes. So Chanterelle is a tiny like wrinkled, hunched over, like old lady who is also a mushroom. So she's got a big, again, kind of almost like tattered around the edges, sort of mushroom cap as her head. But like deep wrinkles on her face, sort of deep wrinkles everywhere. Wearing sort of like shapeless, but like clothes that have obviously been like built up over years. Bits and pieces, nothing matches. Lots of belts and buckles and hanging things and necklaces and just all sorts. The kind of thing where if you can reach in somewhere, she'll probably find whatever you need. Like if it's a little bit of food or some kind of medicine, it's probably there somewhere. And yeah, she is a very old mushroom lady. The big stick.
Perfect. Frosty, do you want to describe Nebeus? As well.
Well, for the sake of those listening on the podcast who can't see my stunning visual asset I threw together in a couple of hours, I'm a stunningly handsome and tall and muscular Durgan person, covered in armor, metal. Definitely, probably the tank here. Certainly more like
Probably.
about twice the size of the rest of the characters, especially Chanterelle. Exactly.
Yeah. And Crystal, do you want to describe Katkin for us?
So Katkin is a Qatari with kind of long, crazy ginger hair, and then her fur kind of fades to a sort of light golden colour towards her face and on her arms with sort of stripes running up and down. Wears really, really heavy cloaks, just like massive cloak, which makes her look absolutely massive. But she's actually really slim and slight, but really muscular, like wiry muscles. That she carries around this massive sword, and it's like, oh, you have a massive sword. Like, oh, right, this is a scary person. But actually, she's like the most friendly, outgoing person you could ever meet, and it's just like, I'm alarmingly friendly is how I would describe her, and that she'll just come up to you and be like, hi, let's be friends. And it's just like, oh, okay, like tall, scary person. Oh, yes, let's be friends. That's fine, please. I know that's okay. But I don't really use the big sword. It's more for show. It's like a sort of. It was given to me to like kind of like make sure people wouldn't mess with me. It's like, right, just don't mess with her. She has a big sword. Leave her alone. But I mainly use a short bow as like my main weapon, just like to get things from farther away because it's better to keep people at a distance for attacking.
Very dog-coated cat girl behavior. Hi, hello, we're friends now.
Yeah.
A very good way to describe that. Yeah, very dog-coated cat person. Yeah. And obviously to describe Horacina in her absence, I believe she had 4 or 5 feet tall, his spidery legs on the bottom half, fairly insectoidy, very almost like elven-y vibed on the top half. I believe there was a mix of, but definitely more humanoid on the top half. I remember saying that for Becky's character, Horacina. It's a very good as well. So we've got a very nature-y themed party and our big armored dragon. So yes, the evening wanes on the boat. You do your endurance tests to get through the night until the captain does his best to just cut through all forms of like shipping lanes and fishing routes and such. Where he's like, I'm going to go the straight route to the shore. We're not going to go around all the areas that have been cordoned off for whatever reason. We'll pay whatever fine as long as we're alive to pay them. So that was Captain Blowhard that just decided we're going in a straight line. I can see land. That'll do. And luckily, make it to the coast. For context as well, Crystal, your character will have been doing some kind of form of business in advance in the city of Bridges, which is the big capital city here. And you will have been waiting on their arrival for party members, getting to, because again, you all know each other, you all worked together on and off for years, and you are all doing this job together, and yes, this wayward boat comes in slightly ahead of schedule. A lot of wary people. As soon as you get almost beached, effectively. I think a lot of you may stumble. Obviously, a lot of you that are a bit more sure on your feet, keep yourselves upright, braced against the just like the no, yeah.
I slide
Chanterelle,
across
off
the
she
deck.
goes. Yeah.
Whee!
We can see that the elemental seems to have been sedated by, or sated by, the fact that there is the circle that had been around it for the evening. Now that it's obviously been disrupted by the beaching shore, that does seem to like drift more towards whatever kind of break in the circle seems to have happened with people losing their balance. But the city guard seem to have been on point, and because obviously they were wondering why there was a boat coming straight for the coastline. They seem to have been mobilized, and very swiftly there is someone in very kind of like deep navy blue robes that utters something from a distance, and the thing just pops.
Oh, geez, where were you
What?
earlier? Where were you yesterday?
And again, you can see this person from they're a couple of 100 feet away. It's just on the far end of the beach as if they cast the spell as soon as they possibly could, basically. And the guards are the ones that are being like, why are you here? The captain deals with all of that, explains the situation. You guys get to sync back up with your wayward colleague. Which is nice. You go to whatever meeting place it is that you had established. I mean, I think for talking's sake, it's probably whatever tavern was nearest the Grand Library, which is where you are heading to get the mission information.
Katkin!
Katkin. I had the most interesting thing to skim, but couldn't get near it. I dare you to skim it.
What is it? What is it? Give me.
It's an all-devouring orb of void energy or something.
How do you grab it?
They wouldn't let me grab it, Katkin. I did what they said. Is there beer? Beer?
Beer
Beer.
around. We deserve a round. We haven't slept all night.
We get beers.
Yes, yeah. So like a passing, obviously, tavern worker acknowledges you, Chanterelle, and just kind of nods, and then just returns with several mugs.
Lovely. I'd pay and then tip with probably like an array of beads.
Yep.
And like a plant I've grown.
Token for your trolley. Yeah.
The swill isn't spicy enough for my taste, but it'll do.
Oh, how have you been, dearie? Oh, good thing you didn't come on the boat. It was horrible.
It was wet.
And rocky.
Well, there was a ball of energy. This sounds fun. This sounds more fun than me sitting here waiting for you guys to turn up.
Fun, life-threatening.
Same difference, right? I mean,
Exactly.
You are here now, isn't that? So it can't have been that bad, surely.
What's
It might have
like
liked
peril.
Your big sword, though. It seemed to jump metal, but then it did spit it back out.
It's not
maybe
use it anyway.
Anything fun happened here? Nice and quiet.
Define quiet. There's been a lot going on. Like, I don't know what's going on, but the guards have been running around like crazy. Like, I keep trying to ask them what's going on, and they just ignore me.
And, like, from your observations, Crystal, like, so from Katkin's observations around the city is very taken with the fact that this, once underwater city is now suspended above sea right next to it. And there's a lot of weird energy kind of elementally things coming off of the city, like falling to the ocean and then like drifting onto the shores because it's attracted by people, it seems. So they've got a lot of people on the coastline, the guards primarily trying to keep people safe. Hence why these random wizards have been assigned to make sure they can dispel whatever's problematic on the coastlines currently. That seems to have been like basically since the city's shown up, it seemed to then wake up some kind of way that caused this energy to like start cascading down. So the coastlines haven't really been that safe in the last few days, and that's obviously depends how long you've really been in the city to experience that. I can let you decide how long you've been in the city. That's what you'll know has been the buzz around the city.
You know, I'm starting to think we don't really know what we're walking into. Have we considered hiring one of those blue mages?
I think they're probably quite expensive. Maybe we could bribe one.
Could seduce one. There are options.
Like,
Saying there are options.
I like that you just looked like you blue screened there when you were kind of thinking that. It was just like,
sorry. It's like, what if I pretended to be one of them? Maybe I could just spook whatever it is into thinking, oh crap, there's a blue guard coming.
That's quite a good plan.
just babble some spell nonsense and hope they pop.
And I'll just wave a stick around and make mystic gestures. I mean, it couldn't hurt.
Sure, yeah.
Not worse than what we tried, to be fair.
You do know, however, that those blue robe mages are from the Grand Library of Codex, specifically, which is where you are going to meet your contact for the info for the job that you are doing.
Maybe we can have one.
How fortuitous. We were just going there anyway.
But the good thing
Should
is,
we just...
because you are a bit early, you do have obviously the evening to rest up, which is good.
Oh, thank
It's good to
God.
head there in the morrow, which is gives you a bit of time to actually not turn up.
Another round. And barkeep, fetch me some of your spiciest firecracker chilies. I'm gonna grind them up and put them in the beer.
Again, there's just an acknowledgement over the kind of din of other people's conversations. Sat at the bar, just found a nice comfy corner to park in, considering that Katkin's been hanging about for a day or two. Because ship travel's hard to gauge sometimes, especially when things happen. But yes,
Like, I know where we can stay. I made friends with this guy. We can definitely go and stay at his place. He won't mind. It's fine.
Oh, hey.
Of course you made a friend.
Oh, I can sleep under the table. I don't mind.
So, yeah, tell us more about this friend, Katkin. Like, explain to us.
Well, I came in and I was... Honestly, I thought I was running late because I thought you guys would be here before me, so I didn't really know what to do with myself, so I came to this random little bookshop. Books are awesome. Like, it's a whole little world inside this little bookshop. And I found this wee guy behind the table, and I just started chatting to him. And I don't know, he might have fallen asleep when I was talking to him. I'm not sure. He didn't say an awful lot back. But I spoke to him a lot about the different books and all the different things that were in the shop. There's some really interesting things there. like
books.
Like books, lots and lots of books, but also little random knickknacks. Like each section had like a different, like there was like a section all about seafaring, and I thought that was quite interesting because I was thinking about you guys when you were on the boat. I was like, oh, I wish I was on a boat. Because flicking through these books and looking at these like nautical instruments, like, oh, this would be quite cool to have on a boat. I wonder if they're using one of these. I didn't realize you guys were fighting for your lives against a crazy orb, which sounds more fun than me talking to this supposedly sleeping person. But his name's John. He's lovely.
So your options are go stay with John, whether he knows it or not, or get a room in this particular tavern above the common room. There will probably be rooms available. Might be cheaper to just all bunk in together, but you can always get separate rooms.
How far away is the bookshop? Because I think we're quite close to where we need to go tomorrow. Yeah.
It was uphill. It's somewhere up the top of a hill. It's somewhere up at the top of a hill.
No hills. He sounds lovely, but no hills.
I wish to meet this John, though.
Oh, but
I could carry you up the hill. Like, I could backpack you up the hill.
I could carry both of you.
Interesting. Well, if there's no walking involved, then I'm easy.
So, where would you like to stay then?
Let us meet this new friend who will no doubt give us safe harbor.
So, you want to walk through a city to somewhere uphill, the best directions ever, somewhere uphill, given that you will be exhausted currently. And there's a
feel like I
bed
didn't-
upstairs.
I believe last session established our collective party intelligence.
Yeah,
That's all valid.
that was 2 months ago. Okay, the new now is all I care about. So, I'm happy for you to go off and meet Sleepy John, the book owner on the hill. But
Or we
it's
could
up
do
to
that
you.
tomorrow.
We can do that tomorrow. My armor is rusting
Aw.
as we speak. It needs
I know.
maintenance.
I would say at this point, I think had 2 beers. Chanterelle is probably just like swaying. Just that kind of, like the grandma rock when she's had too much sherry. It's just a level. Am I moving or is the room?
Are we still on the boat?
I'll stop before I make anyone see so.
Amazing. Well, in that case, are you all getting a room together, or are you all rooming individually? What's the plan?
Such is the way of the tavern.
And room, yeah.
Yep.
Like,
Bunker.
I've just been sleeping on top of the roof the last couple of days because the weather's been great, so I've just been on top of the roof.
A good view.
It's a lovely view. I saw you coming a mile away. You were flying up there.
Oh, to be cat.
Over there.
Unfortunately, I'll fall off the roof in my sleep. To the room.
Yes.
Unless anyone's trying to do anything through the night while tired, it's could all have a lovely rest. And
We have a big mission, a big quest ahead of us, big day. We should probably get a good night's sleep.
from a mechanical point of view, does anyone have anything on their character sheet that needs healing? And we can go to the long rests mechanics. Obviously, I don't believe that Nebeus or Katkin should have anything that needs to be adjusted on their sheets, but maybe? I don't know if Chanterelle needed. I just remember doing damage to Horacina at one point. I think it was like
Yeah.
damage.
I'm looking. I've only got one hope, but I don't think that.
Yeah, that's fine. That carries
Yeah,
over.
that seems fine.
Yeah.
I've not marked any hit points. I've not got any stress, so I think
Okay,
I'm good.
Yeah, fine. Nebeus, am I correct in thinking that's the same for you? You should be all clear.
Looks pretty clean,
Yep, good.
including the good things I want, like hope.
Unfortunately, yes. But long rest mechanic is important because you can get hope on a long rest. So
Ooh.
Let's do it.
yes, so if you go into your character sheets for me, please,
Mhm.
there is a button in the top right.
It says
Um,
downtime.
Yeah, let's not skip ahead until this character sheet loads on my side so I can follow on with Horacina. And then if we click downtime, it should pop up in a little window. That's okay, Crystal.
Oh, and you can do moves. Mm.
So, Crystal, where are you
Oh.
in this process?
I am on the character sheet
Okay,
at
so
the
at the
top.
top right, so above instinct,
Yep.
should be a downtime button. Click.
Off that.
So
Oh,
if you-
got it. Yeah.
So if you click that, it should open a little pop-up at the side. And if you look at the long rest section, so you get short rest at the top. If you look at
Yeah.
long rest beneath it, okay? I don't think any of you have any ancestries that adjust the rest mechanics, so I think this should be fairly straightforward for everyone. But you can do 2 of these moves. What you probably all want to do if you don't need to heal, clear stress, or repair armor, or work on a project in the narrative abstract. Prepare is what you'd probably want to do.
Prepare.
Ooh.
Fail to prepare, prepare to fail.
And then you probably want to do prepare again.
Hmm.
Yeah.
If
Is
it
it
was
prepare
poss-
with others or?
Yeah. Can we do prepare with others? That would give us too much hope, I feel.
So if you are
Okay.
all doing it right, so it says here, describe how you prepare yourself for the path ahead, then gain hope. If you choose to prepare with 1 or more members of your party, you each gain 2 hope. So I'm going to assume
with a
that-
round of spicy beer.
So yeah, exactly, right? A nice chill evening to reminisce about times,
Catching up.
adventures past. You can all tick the prepare with others because you're doing it as a group.
Right.
You can tick that on both
Click.
moves as well.
Oh.
I only have it on one.
Should have it on
Ooh.
both.
Like I have 2 moves, but only one of them's coming up with the prepare with others. Which is wait a minute. Oh
They
no,
both
it's
have
because I
prepare.
haven't scrolled down far enough. Sorry.
That's okay. Yep. And then if you click confirm, so it should be prepare then ticked.
Confirm.
Prepare and ticked, and then confirm.
I think it'd be good if we could.
Oh my goodness, so
if
much
we
hope.
could get some gather intelligence if possible. We're not at the bookshop, but we're at a tavern.
Let's not skip ahead
perhaps-
just yet. I want to keep going through the mechanics so that everyone is solidified by the
my God.
mechanics, because this is the first time we're dealing with it. So, as you can now see, that have you done that, Crystal? Did it work? You're making a lot of noises.
Yes, but I have also turned it off somehow. I hit a button.
Did you close it?
I think
That's
I've turned it off.
You take your time
I
to
think-
get back there, but I'm going to narrate what just happened in terms of the actual mechanics. Because you have done that preparation as a group, you should all be sitting on 4 hope, unless you had extra hope from previous. The maximum hope you can hold, unless you specifically take injuries, is 6 as well. So it caps at 6. I believe that means that Chanterelle will be on 5. Is that right? And then the base you'll be on 4.
Well, I was hoping to spend one of the moves to work on a project.
But what project?
The project of gathering intel.
Okay, you can't do that during your long rest, but you could do that during the day as an actual activity, right?
Prepare then. Okay.
Ooh, 6 hope. Yay.
Exactly, because you wouldn't have spent any.
Yeah.
You get to start with 2, which is nice. So obviously, hope's a resource. Obviously, a lot of your moves will ask you to spend it to use them, and you can use them to do any number of things, such as helping each other out, which is quite nice. I believe the options are helping an ally, utilizing an experience, to get +2, initiating a tag team role, which we had last session, which was quite fun, and activating any number of the hope features that are on your character sheet. I'm not going to just add more fear onto my pile because another character has turned up. I don't feel the need for that. I was quite happy to just play that in media res as well. I don't feel that's important. I've already got 5. Very happy sitting on my 5 currently for the fear counter.
I'm sure you'll get much more.
I mean, probably. It seems like it's quite a good system to get giving out hope and fear anyway, so it's pretty nifty. But yes, very lovely, uneventful evening passes where you all sit, reminisce about adventures past, and then you obviously have the lovely, uninterrupted sleep of the day ahead. Now, fateful question. Are you doing anything before you head to the Grand Library? Because you have your appointment today to go to sleep. But it is late in the day because you thought you'd be arriving this morning. So it is late in the day.
Do you want to go and find John?
Yes.
I'm sure I can remember the way there. If we keep on going uphill, we'll get there eventually.
And this, Hannah, is how these games become 4 years long. This isn't my fault.
Yeah. I spot that. Yeah, I want to meet John.
Yep, hell yeah.
I'm getting big Voltaire, Rousseau, Glasgow, Otago Lane vibes from this bookshop. So
it's one of those bookshops that only shows up every other moon.
Yeah.
maybe we won't find it. Oh no.
No, it's fine. We will get there. We just have to take a slightly circuitous route. Like, there's no straight roads. We have to take the windy, twisty uphill ones.
Lots of bridges.
You can only find it if you don't know where you're going.
Exactly.
You haven't met him yet, but there's another Dragon Ball called Quillburn. That's the sort of thing he would say.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking of Quillburn there as well. One of my other NPCs in another game was describing how he locks his magical office, and he was telling his niece how to get into a drawer for a gift he wanted to give her. It's like, right, so you need to run at the door, but you don't need to want to go through the door. You kind of have to just imagine that you're in the door, but you're not the door. Don't worry about the door.
I am the door.
If you mess up the door, you might end up outside. I'm not sure how that works. So you go somewhere. It was one of these really long, convoluted, and Callie did her, but she wrote all the steps down.
Yeah, she wrote it all down.
This is exactly my vibe. I love it.
Oh, it was so fun. And she did it. She got to the right box, not the blue box, the red box. The blue box. You need to think about wanting to open the blue box while taking the red box. Just nonsense wizard protection on this.
I love it.
Yeah, it was fun. I don't even remember what was in the box. To be honest,
does it matter? It's about the journey. It's about the journey, not the contents.
It was like a ring
Is
or
it the
an
tent?
amulet or no, the tent was before that.
The tent was earlier.
But yeah, anyway, that's another game, regardless. So
And,
anyway,
and
this
by having and by getting lost in conversation amongst ourselves, we somehow find ourselves at John's.
indeed, as you walk and talk through all the winding, weaving cities. But I'm pretty sure you're going to give me a roll to get yourself navigating to John's again,
Oh,
aren't you, Crystal?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
oh no!
Mhm. Your
I
first
think I
roll.
know. I think
Ever.
I'm good at navigating if I remember rightly.
Well, we will
Possibly.
find
Oh my god, I just realised that's my 0. Oh well, it's fine.
That's fine.
We'll look
Fine.
through the process of this, right? So, for this, it's likely going to be the instinct stat, which for you is a +0, but on the plus side, it's not a -1.
Yes, this
Which
is
is
true.
good.
True.
Yep.
It could be worse.
Exactly. It could always be worse.
It's about the journey, guys, not about the destination.
That's what we were just saying. Exactly.
You also have so you've got a feature, your Wayfinder subclass, right? If you look on your character sheet under the effects and features section for me, Crystal, and it's,
No.
yep, you let me know once you get there. I'll direct you from there.
Pictures, effects,
And it's on the right.
Wayfinder.
Yep, Wayfinder, and then it's the bottom box, the path forward. Do you want to read that out to the group?
Yeah. When you're traveling to a place you've previously visited, you carry an object from that place, you can identify a shortcut. No, you can identify the shortest, most direct path to your destination.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Fortuitous.
I knew there was a reason I wanted to go back.
yeah, exactly. So for that reason, that's why I wouldn't make your roll in this instance, right? Because that to me tells me you can just get yourself back there through all the winding, weaving, crazy, like hidden, gems of the city that maybe don't get as much people traffic unless they know.
Oh, and I can return this thing that I accidentally forgot to put back on the shelf when I was looking at the stuff on the shelves. I have a habit of doing that. Like, I'll
Something
fidget with things and they'll just
purloined?
wind up in my pocket. So I'm going to return it to John. It's like, sorry, John, but here's this thing back.
Just kleptomaniac this pile of books.
little bit of a kleptomania going on.
What made me laugh more at that terrible joke I made as well was purr and lion. Just make up that word. It tickled me more than the truth. Anyway, so you find yourself at. Do you want to describe the front of John's bookstore to the group that you take them to? There's probably a sense of like foreboding and this is where we'd get shivved in an alleyway level of.
It is in a really dark alley between massive buildings on either side. It's this tiny little building that looks like it's kind of fallen in itself. Like the roof's kind of concaving in rather than convexing out. And the door is black and really big spikes like of metal are kind of sticking out of it. The windows are barred. There's like two very. It doesn't look like the lights are on. It's completely dark, but it's like, no, it's fine. He's definitely in. Like, he's always in. Like, the guy, he doesn't go anywhere. He said that. He told me
The
that.
idea that the alleyway feels like it's evening, even though it's like, like 10 in the morning or something. Like, yeah.
The light never reaches here. It's like the buildings in there are so high, the sun just doesn't find a way in. So like this building has been here longer than everything else in the city. Like this was here before the city was here. That's the kind of
how I
feeling it's
pictured
got.
it.
I think Chanterelle will look at it and then look at Katkin and be like, how could you tell it was open?
Well, why wouldn't it be open? It's a bookshop. It says bookshop. There's like a wee sign. It's like a tiny little sign, kind of half hanging off its hinges, but it says bookshop. And bookshops are always open, aren't they? It's like libraries are always open. I thought it was the library. Like I knew it was meeting you guys at a library, and I saw books, and I thought, well, maybe we come here instead. Like, why don't we come here? Because there's books here as well, rather than just the great big shiny library. Let's have some old books. Old books are cool.
This is true, but okay, lead the way.
So I just walk up to the door and just shove it. It does resist. It feels like it should be locked. It's like things are pressed up against it to stop you from opening it, but I just keep on pushing until it creaks open.
To the other two,
And
this place was
book just
clearly,
falls over behind
locked
it.
at one point, and that door has been like forced open. But obviously,
Do you require help?
So yeah, you push the door open. It scrapes a bit as if it was possibly once locked. Clearly not anymore. As you walk in, there's just like the kind of the tiny shafts of like murky light coming in through the dirty windows, and the dust particles like filling the air. and piles of books and stuff. There's like a half-beaten throw rug over a pile of books, as well as if someone's tried to tidy up. And then, yeah, but there's nobody to be seen.
John! John! I just start shouting John, and like I'm looking behind the table. Like I walk up to the table and I'm like up and trying to look over the edge of it. John!
This place looks like it's been closed for a long time.
Huh. I was still here though. Like I was here just the other day.
And yeah, like you came in here the other day, clearly chatted to someone you said was called John.
Maybe he's asleep. He said he was sleepy. Have a look around.
It was very sleepy. Like I just oh no, surely not. I know he was old, but surely not. No.
No.
Like, he totally wasn't dead when I totally wasn't talking to a corpse for hours on end while looking at books.
But he'd still be here if that had happened.
Yeah, we'd see a corpse. There's no stink of death
We look
here.
around.
Does it smell of death?
No, it smells of like old moldy books.
Oh, that's fine. I'm sure John won't mind us getting it. Starting to
say,
look around.
I held back for a half second saying the word moldy because I thought, is that offensive to fungrels? Like, I don't know. Like,
I don't mind.
mm-hmm.
I feel like I create spores,
Yeah.
but I'm not necessarily mold.
This is probably quite a comfy environment for you, though. This is probably the right exact like humidity, temperature, like light level. This is probably
I'm
perfect.
just picking things up and putting them in little pouches. Going,
Yeah.
oh, I haven't seen that one in years.
I'm
Great
sure
mold of a book.
Yeah, like you
I'm
pick
sure a wise wizened fungus would appreciate that. However great mold may or may not be, it doesn't vibe well with books.
No, it eats them.
as you're like picking through stuff, you pick up a book, and like as you go to like open it, the pages do crumble.
Okay.
This feels like no one's been in here for a very long time, Katkin. Not gonna lie. You sure this was the place? Maybe it's next door.
I'm pretty sure this is the place.
These
Like-
books are ancient.
Well, they were wet at least. Should we look upstairs? Is there an upstairs?
Are
I looked
any of
for
the
an
books
upstairs.
usable?
So you want to sit and like pour through some of the books,
Yeah.
Nebeus, and like everyone you pick up, like the pages are either like wet and like stuck together, or they're like crumbled and dusty. There doesn't seem to be a rhyme or reason as to which, though. It's not like there's the pile of wet books and the pile of dusty ones. There's the desk. So as you walk in through the doors. So you go in and to the left, the big area. There's the big table with a big pile of like dusty and wet books and a horribly moldy rug covering half of it. There's like an old leather beaten couch against the left hand wall. Right up at the back, there's like a desk that has seen better days. There's a tattered curtain. It's clearly a doorway to the back, and through the curtain up to the right is like stairs going up to like the room above. So
Hello,
Climb
No,
the
John.
He's got to be upstairs.
John
who's
the book
going
person.
Upstairs.
I'm going up the stairs.
Okay.
I'm
Who's going
not leaving my
first
team alone.
upstairs? It's a very narrow staircase, single file. Who's going first?
I don't mind. Would age before beauty or beauty before age? Who minds?
Logically, I would go first in most situations, but probably won't be able to catch up in time with the.
I do not mind, Katkin. Would you climb the stairs first?
I will go up the stairs just in case, because I've got a funny feeling these stairs have seen better days as well as these books. So
Thanks.
I think I've got more of a chance of catching onto something if they do give way under me.
versus the heavy metal dragon. Yeah. So yeah, you walk up the stairs. You hear the creak of the floorboards as if they've definitely seen better days as well. You don't probably want to put a lot of weight on these. Get to the top, and there's like 3 rooms basically. One of them's a cupboard that you look in. It's just again dust meets you when you open the door. One looks like it's a bit of like a kitchen type setup with a little stove area with a little chimney
Ooh,
coming out
snacks.
of it, and like a little again another like armchair thing that's seen better days. Seems to be flowering currently. And then there's
Oh, lovely.
the last room's probably the bedroom.
John.
John.
So you like go
John!
up. Do you just want to like knock on the door or open the door or?
I think we knock. Just
Knocking seems
privacy. Yeah.
We knock and we get that beautiful reused sound effect of the door just drifting open with a creak. And yeah, whoever is at the front notices a very long dead body in a very tattered duvet kind of blanket.
Oh no, John!
You found it?
I was talking to him last night or the other night, like 2 days ago, tops.
Like basically 2 days ago, you were talking to a completely alive person in a very, very well kept, old, but particular bookshop.
Some time malarkey has happened.
What has happened here?
Is there any distinguishing features on John? Or is it skeletal?
The kind of like very like obviously like worn away. It looks like, again, it's more bone than flesh now, unfortunately. Trying to be as creatively descriptive and vague as possible here, but yeah, it looks very skeletal and cartoon-like and not visceral in any way. And
yeah, like a Muppets Christmas Carol, Muppets Treasure Island style.
Yeah. Exactly. But they definitely have the skeletal shape of something more human. So obviously, it's maybe hard to distinguish an elf from a human skeletally, but obviously, like fairies, dwarves, dragons, etc., are probably a lot easier to distinguish from like skeletal kind of frameworks. Funguses don't have skeletons, to my knowledge.
We just become the circle of life.
Exactly.
Become one with the spores.
Yeah. But this looks humanoid at least. So yeah.
Oh, I definitely think he was dead when you were talking to him.
Oh.
Yes,
It definitely seemed livelier than this. Like, I'm sure he talked back when I was chatting to him. We were downstairs, so either after I left, he came up here and immediately died, and some sort of weird heat phenomenon's happened to shrivel him up super quickly, or
okay,
I don't know. Was he up here when I was down there and I wasn't actually talking to John? Was I talking to someone else?
Well, there's strange elemental stuff going on. Wouldn't surprise me.
Valid. Are there enough mushroomy, spory things to be considered plants?
Speak with them.
Sure.
Speak to the spores.
Can I talk to the mushrooms?
Sure.
Great. I don't know if there's a way I can read it out.
Yes, please.
I don't know if there's a way to post it in chat. So I've got a thing called Nature's Tongue. You can speak the language of the natural world. When you want to speak with the plants and animals around you, make an instinct roll of 12. On a success, they'll give you information they know. On a roll with fear, their knowledge might be limited or come with a cost.
Okay.
And I can spend a hope to do that.
Okay, so I'm going to describe this for you, okay? Stick with me. I want you to do the instinct roll. I don't want you to spend the hope.
Okay.
The difficulty here, by the way, is 15 for this particular instinct roll.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Katkin, we should make this area more comfortable for you see a kettle anywhere?
Right.
Right, we can go back to the kitchen and have a wee nosy.
I click instinct and then I just click roll because I'm not doing advantage disadvantage. I'm not adding anything to it.
I believe so. Unless you had something you felt could apply. I mean, a 20 will do, right? With hope.
And with hope.
Wahey!
Woohoo!
So.
Okay.
You go to reach out to these like mushroomy, flowery, planty things that have all. Obviously, the other two went off to find a kettle and leave you to it because this is stuff you do a lot, I guess. And they're like, well,
I'm just holding some mushrooms in my hands.
Some plants are shy to talk to, so that's why it's best to do it in private,
We're so considerate.
Could we, how heavy is this kettle? Could we bounce this?
Don't worry, we'll get to it. We'll have your little curling competition in a second down this poor guy's house.
Murmuring from the other room. I don't think the stove's been turned on for a while.
Yes,
click, click.
There's nothing to connect to.
I poke one of the things I'm trying to talk to.
Yeah, and it reacts as if, it's there.
I pull out some kind of again, massive old lady spectacles. Rest my wrinkles on top of them. And I
Are they
closer.
literally just like clear glass, but it's to prop up the eyebrows?
Yeah.
I love that.
But they still make her eyes really big.
Of course.
Because that's fun.
Yeah.
Poke it again and go, I don't think you're real. Can I try and eat it?
Yeah. And like as you pick the thing, it can like dissipates in your hand, like as if almost
Aha!
like glitter.
I like it. And then I go find my friend.
Yeah. So they're discussing a kettle and the merits of throwing said kettle.
I go, stop! I don't think any of it's real.
What?
The plants aren't plants. They wouldn't talk to me.
Well, I mean, of course it's real. We're just figuring out how aerodynamic it'd be.
Well, no, and it fucking disappeared. And the plants aren't plants. I can't talk to them. I can always talk to plants. I go off. I'm kind of long and quite rambling. I've always meant since I was this high to my mother's. That kind of. I seem offended by the fact the plants won't talk to me. And the only explanation is the plants aren't real.
Yeah.
Yeah, just gonna quietly smile and nod, but ultimately trust their ability to commune with plants. There is something weird here.
Dracona quietly smiling, just with the shape of their mouth. It's such a great image.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, very dirge coded.
And I probably eventually come back round to the point and go, which could mean none of this is real. Or it was real when you came, I like a Katkin, but now it isn't. Or it was never real.
Are you suggesting we're in an illusion?
Maybe we should just,
How would we test that?
Take a note. I don't know. I can lick it, but I don't think that'll.
I would like to draw my hallowed magic axe and poke it at the wall or something and see what happens.
So here's a fun rules thing I discovered. You don't have anything on your character sheet that said you had a spell casting stat, do you?
Me?
Yes, because I think you're one of the more obviously focused people.
I have absolutely nothing at all.
So I don't mean spells. There's actual character things that say your spell casting trait is X, right? So for example, the druids will have is it instinct, I guess, or yeah. Whereas the
seems to be that's what most of mine say. Is do an instinct roll.
Is the ranger got one that's similar? I believe you've got one that says your spell casting trait is X. It is agility. Sorry for you. It's on the.
I was going to say I don't see spellcast anywhere. So
see if you look down where remember where path forward was? It's at the top of that. It says spellcast agility, right? Got that, Crystal? I'll let you have a look for that. Obviously, for yourself, Hannah, you'll see it on your subclass. It'll be the top of the subclass. And for yourself, Nebeus, top of your subclass, which I believe is Vengeance Guardian.
Best I can tell, you are correct. Nothing on my character sheet mentions spellcasting stats.
That means in the rules, you can't use a magic weapon. Has to be a non-magic weapon that you use. That is something I overlooked during that. So, alas, we'll need to. I knew there was another point of admin I had to cover. We'll deal with that another time. But it's just to let you know, that's not a thing apparently you can do unless it says you have a spellcasting trait. You cannot use a magical weapon. Which I guess in the fiction kind of makes some kind of sense, but I mean, I'm sure a magic weapon will turn up later that just somehow skirts the rules for that later.
I have a breath attack that says it's instincts that deals magic damage.
I mean, that's good enough for me then. That saves me doing any admin. So.
Yes! Dragon magic!
Yeah, why not?
Spellcast roll.
Yeah, such a weird hidden rule. Because it's not super duper obvious. I mean, it was at the weapon section, but that's besides the point. Very, very odd.
Treat it as an instinct weapon that deals D8 magic damage using your proficiency.
Your breath weapon.
For breath weapon, yeah.
So when it says, does it say spellcast? No.
Yeah.
If it doesn't say that, does it say the word spellcast, yes or no?
It says I deal magic damage.
Nope, it's not what I'm asking.
No!
If you don't have the spellcast trait, cannot use a magic weapon according to the rule. Okay? That's just in the rules. As I said, we'll look at that in more detail later when we've got the time to go over it. But yeah, as I said, what a weird rule. But hey, this is for learning. That's what we're doing. We're learning.
I'll start prying at the sea, like at the walls and stuff, with a non-magic weapon. Then.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, like back in this scene, right? After discussing the merits and aerodynamicy of the kettle, and the fact that we've got an angry old fungal lady being quite upset at the fact that plants won't talk to her, what would you like to do?
Understandably.
We should probably let someone know that we found a dead body, right?
That's very true. Also, if we're going to the magic library place, we could probably just tell them.
Yep, that works.
Like, there's a weird illusion, dead, not dead bookshop owner. In, where are we? I look at Katkin. Whatever ward, near whatever bridge we're in.
Sounds like a plan.
And we need to go there anyway. So, 2 birds, 1 kettle. I gesture at the kettle.
Can we take the kettle with us? I feel like we need.
Let's
Yeah,
try.
I mean, we need to find our way back again, so we need to steal something.
So true. We steal the kettle.
Now, I will highlight that having the object from the place is only needed if Katkin hasn't been to the place. That was how the ability worked.
Oh, okay.
Katkin can get back here, can get back
Yeah, but a
anywhere.
kettle's always useful. We can
I'm not
always use a
saying you
kettle.
can't take the kettle.
Kettle.
Don't worry, you can definitely take the kettle. I'm just highlighting how the ability works, so you don't think you always need to steal something to get back to a location. That's not how it works.
I think we misunderstand that and are going to steal many things.
I also think this, but I just want to make sure we're understanding the rules as written, and then you can do what you want to them. Okay, so you're going to take the kettle and then leave? Is that the plan? Or are you going to poke around more? What was the
Like the books are in really bad nick. I mean, like a lot of them are just falling apart, so there's not much point taking any of them because they're just going to fall apart outside anyway.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Also, all the cool knick-knacky things seem to have rolled away into all the odd corners. I can't see any of them.
I'm still mad about the plants. So,
I mean, validly so as well.
Okay, shall we head to the library? Head to the other library. Head to the other book, please.
Indeed, indeed.
So.
Good news, it's all downhill from here.
Oh, it's terrible on my knees that I don't have because I'm a mushroom. I don't have a skeleton. So,
I like that you've heard and grew up with other older people that have complained about their knees being sore, and whatever pain you feel when you move must be the knees.
Yeah, that's for the knee. I probably gestured the wrong bit of my body. My knees.
So you just want to
Trying to relate to humanoid problems.
Right. So you want to head to the Grand Library of Codex.
Yes.
Okay. So you start working your way back from the hill of the City of Bridges, back through the, very kind of like ducking and weaving through all the very shaded alleyways filled with old shops and things. Places where, there's maybe like a really, really old bakery here that everybody swears by, that knows of it, that type of thing. Been run in the family by like hundreds of years or whatever. And you head down, and then obviously you turn a particular corner and see the massive cathedral-sized grand library building that is so hard to miss. You do wonder how Katkin ended up at the tiny, obscure, out-the-way bookshop when looking for it, when there's the massive central grand library of Codex, which is huge.
Well, it's very tall.
Now that's a library. I wonder how many dead people there'll be inside there.
Oh, probably many.
A lot of dead plants, probably. Book form.
Ah!
Something to consider when you were leaving the bookshop. Kettle also dissipated into glitter when you left the threshold of the door.
Oh.
I told you. I try and lick that glitter up as well. It tasted nothing.
Maybe disappointment.
Yeah.
But yes, so unfortunately...
Case of teas lost.
That's so sad.
Oh.
My British soul. But yes, so you are in the very majestic looking courtyard gardens of the Grand Library of Codex.
Wow.
You're probably quite close to the appointment time, conveniently.
Does anybody remember what our contact looks like?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, I just walk up to the first person I see and say, "Hi, we're here
Hi,
to see
we have-
you.
We
We're
have
here
an
to find."
appointment.
So if you have memory problems remembering your contact, I think the only detail you remember is a person called Utan.
Oh yeah, we have an appointment with a Utan.
Yeah, we asked the first person we see.
Yes.
And there's some very like kind of monk-looking people, kind of like walking around, and one of them is like teaching her how to do like the kind of cat's cradle string toy thing. They're trying to explain it in a way that you can tell the older ones like mocking the younger one as if they say this is some kind of amazing mental exercise and how to like expand your horizons, but really it's just to keep them quiet, keep them busy. So you go up to them, and the older woman that's there with the kind of girl monk, they kind of turn and acknowledge you and they like day's blessings upon you. How can I help?
Oh, a day's blessings. We're looking for a Utan.
As in the sorry, Bhutan.
That
Yeah.
is the name we were given. Yes.
I see.
We've got an appointment.
Okay. The high orienteer of Codex.
Sounds important.
Sure.
You must be on the right track.
See, they are the head librarian. You and she looks at you and she tries to her best polite, really, expression on her face that she does not hide very well. And then she goes, "Okay, and you have a letter of appointment, I assume."
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know, do we?
One of you should have this. Yes.
I've probably got it in some kind
Yeah.
of pouch.
Yeah.
It's probably slightly mouldy now. I wipe it off. Sorry. We are more capable than we look, we promise. I hand over a letter of appointment.
Yeah, and you can tell this person is a Qatari as well. She's like a very older Qatari. Her ears are like kind of swept back into the hood with her massive grey mane of hair that kind of like swings by. Again, quite like maybe it was a lot wilder in her younger years, right? But it's obvious like there's a lot of bands holding it in now, and she kind of looks it over. Again, you can see like her nose is twitching because it's possibly the moldy smell that's coming off it. That she's doing her best to not look like she's bothered by it. And she goes, "Oh, yes, I see. You're here to help with that, I see." And she like gestures with like, the rolled up piece of paper you've handed her at the giant floating city out by the ocean. She goes, "Brave, but possibly foolish. Rather you than me. Come along." And she gestures over her shoulder, and then off she walks, leaving this like student monk just with her hands wrapped in all this string.
By the way, child, that's not the correct way to do the Drake's Cradle.
And goes, "Oh, can you help?"
Well, maybe if I still had an axe, that could cut
I mean, you
things.
can still have an axe.
Yeah. Just use the axe. Just cut straight through.
It just cuts. Yep, and they go, "Oh, okay," and they just look at it
Days-
sad.
Days blessings upon you.
Days.
I
blessings. They
pull
just say
out
it.
some version of, you know, those finger traps?
Yeah.
I give them that.
How does one
Put your fingers in it
do that?
and then try to pull.
Oh,
Have fun. I go.
and then they just look bemused as you walk off to catch up with this. I keep wanting to call her a Katkin now because of your name. This Qatari monk lady.
I'm very intrigued by this person. I have a fixation with finding out as much as I can about other Qataris because I'm like, "Hi, who are you? What are we related? Who are you?" And I don't know. Like exactly.
Exactly.
Friend.
So
I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm just
Yeah.
going to go buy
No
a
worries.
break and put a light on.
sure, no worries at all. But yes, are you going to ask her any questions then on the way into the Grand Library?
I'm just asking her like probably inappropriate personal questions like, "Hi, how are you? Who are you? Where are you from? Do you know who I am?" Like, I feel like we should know each other. I don't know who you are, but you might know me. Do you know who I am? I've got a weird form of amnesia because I can't remember
She puts up like
anything
a
from my
hand
childhood.
to just like stop you after like the fifth or sixth question. She goes, "Let's work through those perhaps slightly more organized, shall we? My name is Ethan. I think that's as familiar as we should be. I'm one of the caretakers of the library. Some people ascribe more religious connotations to our role here, but really we are caretakers. Knowledge for Codex. There's a symbol with our hands of Codex. And then goes, and no, child, I do not know you. Where do you come from?"
I don't know. I'm trying to find that out.
Pray forgive Katkin's enthusiasm.
And then like
She
she
does
kind
not
of
meet her kind often.
she like dismisses and goes, no, curiosity is to be exalted. This is a good approach. Ask as many questions to as many people as possible. Just try and organize your thoughts so that when the answers come, you are prepared.
Should I ask her about John at this point? Just throw it out there. By the way, we found this thing.
This is not a place for the ADHD.
Or at least, if it is, just
Yeah.
have a notebook. Yeah. The only thing you missed there, Hannah, was Katkin asking a whole plethora of questions to this librarian lady who revealed that she is called Bethan. And this is the correct
Bethan.
place to go around asking all these types of questions, but maybe try a more organized approach.
Oh.
No, if scattergun approach, like the more we ask, the more information we will get back.
But yes, you get into again, walk into the big massive hallway of the kind of reception area of the Grand Library of Codex. There's lots of people coming and going. This is open to the public. This place, like the whole ethos behind Codex as a god is that everyone should want to learn. Everyone should want other people to learn, and access to learning should be exalted. People should want to teach people. Like if you learn enough that you can then teach other people that don't have the same access to learning that you had, that's kind of, again, one of the tenets of Codex is that it's kind of your job then to go teach these people, right? So it
I've
really
always
is
admired the. Sorry. I was just going to say I've always admired the tenets of Codex, but never had a gift for writing.
Writing can be taught if it is something you wish to be. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, what would you say? Like not
Enlightened?
No, like it's like adorning yourself, but it's not that, right? Equipping yourself with that skill. There's a word I can't think of, right? But yeah, availing yourself of that skill, I guess.
Oh,
you know,
Yeah.
like
That's fun.
I had the word elucidate, but I was like, I don't think that's my word.
So she says that
Bestow.
in a way, yeah, she's like, that can be taught, and this is the perfect place to learn such a skill. And there are many that would be eager to teach.
Well,
would that we had time.
Indeed, let's not keep my librarian.
yes, that does sound very important.
And like you go through like a
They do
labyrinth
sound
of like
important.
bookshelves and people and offices, and like you're probably walking for like 25-30 minutes, right? Like the clack 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 of her like sandals on the very nice wooden floors, and then you get to quite an unassuming office, and like dustiest, darkest part of this massive cathedral style library. It does have on the kind of door like High Librarian 10, and it says, I will make introductions and then I will depart. Good luck on whatever this is. Then just like knocks on the door. Hi, librarian. And then you just hear like some like scuffling inside, some like scuffling, shuffling, etc. Like the kind of thump 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 of footsteps as the door like pulls open. There's this very like faded ginger haired like Simia. So one of the kind of monkey people, like Simia. Is probably about 4 feet tall, slightly hunched over, so maybe 5 feet tall if they stretched up, in very nice navy blues with like silver adornments on them and stuff, symbols of codex, etc. And kind of like looks up through his very bushy eyebrows and goes, "Bethan, brilliant people, yes, come in. Let's introduce ourselves. Bethan, are you staying?" She just goes, "No, I have, acolytes to attend to." Just nods. And you can tell she does not want to get caught in a conversation with him. You can just tell that very clearly from the way her mannerisms are. She's not even trying to hide it. She's just like, "I'm busy anywhere else," is the energy she's putting out. And
Bethan has been a great help.
And he goes, yes, Bethan's been with us for years. I can't quite remember exactly how long it's been, but I'm sure she wouldn't mind me telling you that. He chuckles away to himself. And then, like, obviously waddles himself back over to his desk. And, like, kind of, like, turns back as if he's forgot to invite you in. He goes, "Oh, no, come in.
Everyone's so short in these lands.
You're just tall, okay? When you're tall, most people are short."
Exactly. But Nebeus doesn't know that.
That's just the height you've always been.
Exactly. All the Durgans are this height. All the Draken.
Obviously, we don't know all the other members of the Abstract Adventuring Company, but I'd love it if they all were short. That'd be so funny.
Yeah.
Because we don't know.
All 5 foot and below.
I feel like it's like Gandalf in the Shire.
For sure.
Everything is too short.
But luckily, this room is to scale for you at least. No pun intended. So yes, you get in. He like hops up on his desk. Just kind of like crosses his legs and sits on his desk, like poring through a bunch of books. There is several piles of books that the other side of his desk that looks like people have been using them as chairs.
I immediately jump onto one big pile.
It obviously wobbles a little bit, but it does look like it's been like packed in by possibly years of people using it as a stool. This pile of books that he's got.
Is it kind of like when you're sitting on one of those exercise balls, so it kind of sways ever so slightly? It's like, yep, I need to be balanced
Like
to
kind of like
maintain
dust
this
drifting off
position.
of it. The dust drifting off it, and the kind of the light in here. In the room though, like the light sources are all like fancy crystal things that are giving off like various tones of light. It almost seems
Pretty
like different
gems.
like yeah, exactly. Very shiny, pretty gems that they're giving off gentle light. It's not like the harsh light of daylight. So it's almost as if it's designed to keep the books safer to the exposure of light.
Mm.
I like to imagine sparkling like a disco ball.
Maybe not quite this guy's speed, but yeah, very like glitzy, glittery. Maybe making really nice patterns on the wall, like your disco ball effect. Yeah. And he seems to have forgot you are there. He's like nose right back in the book he was in, like turning pages, his fingers like running down as if he's like trying to find something in a book.
Well, the High Librarian's very important. We should not interrupt. It's just take a seat, I guess.
And I'm assuming that's Frosty
And-
saying that, not Nebeus, or is Nebeus just saying that in the room?
I need to train my voice acting. Rar.
Rar, I'm a dragon.
Yeah, Chanterelle will sit. I'll take a seat. Again, we'll probably say something about bones that she doesn't have.
Yep.
Take the weight off my bones.
And yeah, like 5 minutes pass if you let them, right? Like just there, and then like picks up another book, starts going through that as if that book wasn't good enough. He's now going through another one. Hasn't acknowledged you guys beyond the coming in,
Could we help you find something?
He kind of looks up. He goes,
High Librarian.
"Oh, do you work at the library? Have we not met?"
Oh no.
Yes, I've worked here for 7 years.
He goes, "Oh, good. Can you get me?" And he rhymes off like a bunch of volumes of books.
Sure.
He's like, "Could you get me those?"
I know.
And
I
he's like,
don't have.
"Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Sorry.
Guess I'll get them later." And he starts like his like foot picks up like a quill. He starts like scribbling the names of those books on a nearby scroll that has stuff on one side. He's just flipped it over and started scrolling on the back of it.
Very economical. Well done.
Well, yes, don't want to waste paper now. Paper's important. He kind of looks like, goes, "Oh, yes, you the letter. Can I see the letter, please?
The
Did we-
letter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, takes a look at it and kind of like looks it over, like runs it under his nose and looks it over again. I did write this. Like, starts like patting it against like his little kind of
Monkey nose.
yeah, and he's like, you're here about the city.
Yes.
Yes.
We have answered your summons.
Yes, people were going into the city unprepared, and I wanted to make sure that that happened less. So,
Very wise.
because, see, what if it is? You know, what people say it is. What? Dangerous. It's like, he's only saying half things to the group, as if he's made the assumption you already know what he's talking about.
Just nod and smile
Mhm.
with those sharp ass teeth.
And then he says, yes. Did you have any questions about the job?
Just a couple.
He kind of like, he smiles at that big smile across his face, and he goes, yes, and you should ask them.
Should I do this in a clear and decisive order as instructed by Bethan, or should I just ask away?
We are in the Temple of Codex. You should follow their tenets and be not a scatterbrained for a
Right.
change.
But
I love
also,
that that's how it's
Joey-
worded on like the tenant's wall in stone. Is like, don't be a scatterbrain.
the unofficial translation.
How many people have tried to go into this city already?
Well, you see, this very attractive looting opportunity, you see. Many people would want to go in, steal things that they shouldn't be touching. We need to learn about the things before we touch them.
Yes. On the way here, we were accosted by a devouring sphere. Is that?
Oh,
And we didn't know what to do about it.
uh,
It'd be terrible if that happened again.
it's been happening for weeks.
Oh dear. What can we learn about them?
We've been trying our best. We've only managed to keep the tide away from the city. Not really sure about how to stop it. That's why you're here. You're here to stop that. You have to go into the
Yes.
city, up into Tumultus, and then turn it off if there's something on.
That makes sense. When we arrived,
He's
there
like
was
standing on like his desk and like pointing up dramatically.
when we
I'm
arrived,
looking like at the point on the ceiling that he's pointing at and just nodding sagely.
Yeah.
as we arrived, there was a city mage that managed to dispel it temporarily. If we
Yes,
could replicate
many
that,
of the
that'd be
mages
most
of-
useful.
Many mages of Codex have been gifted in that kind of craft, set out across the city to support the city guard. But no, we don't want this to be a permanent arrangement. We don't want the acolytes of Codex to be mixed in with establishment that way.
Understandable.
He just nods to himself. Very
Yes. Nods and
Just like everyone takes a moment just nodding away.
placid agreement,
Mhm.
humoring.
So, has anyone from the Codex tried to go there themselves?
All dead.
Right. How did they die?
Well,
How do you know they're dead?
Well, we told them to teleport in.
Oh, that didn't work.
All dead.
How
Oh,
do you
no.
know they're dead?
Well, I had to take a lot of showers.
Oh,
Oh,
Kind of like nods, like solemnly.
immediate telefrag.
Like
Right.
just like puts like his hand like on his head and just like rests it there. Just like kind of wispy ginger fur, and then says, "So many acolytes, so eager to jump." Said,
oh dear. Okay, so no teleporting.
"Well, we stopped that, but doesn't stop other people. You see, which is very dangerous. So that's why we think if you come in, then we stop everyone else. Hopefully."
What other ways are there of getting up?
Ah, ask the right question. And he like walks over, like pats the back of your hand or something, like quite not patronizingly, but it could be taken that way. But it's almost like a gold star equivalent, right? The way he does it.
I'm happy with this. I
Yeah.
like gold things.
Well, it's not a gold star. I'm just saying this is the equivalent of like you getting a gold star is him patting the back of your hand as if, good job, you asked the right question. You can tell he's used to
Yay,
teaching young
praise.
people. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, hey, if you like praise, you like praise. That's the main thing. And you can tell from his nature, he doesn't mean it in a patronizing way. He just doesn't try to make assumptions about where people's backgrounds are. Like this guy's clearly taught hundreds of people.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
figured it's not malicious.
Oh yeah, for sure. And he says, well, have someone thinks they can get a group in safely, and they asked for a bunch of adventurers with other skills, such as was documented in the letter. And here you are. Wonderful. I hope the trip
Here we
here
are.
wasn't too tricky.
It,
Who?
it had its ups and downs.
I see. Hopefully we're going to
Yeah.
have more ups soon.
Oh.
Yay.
Yeah.
It's like a pained laugh in the room.
Yeah.
I'll go fetch the acolyte. I'll make the introductions, I think. No, everybody get out. Let's go. And he like hops off his desk and then just like opens the door and off he walks just out of the room.
Oh, okay, let's go after him.
Yeah. As I go, the stool of books I was sitting on, like a little mushroom, just grows out the side.
Yeah. And like obviously he's quite quick on his like because he uses all four limbs to like jump
Oh,
around
dear.
basically to like off he goes. So definitely looks like a very old man, but clearly still quite spry. So you kind of have to do that kind of half run to keep up with them. Because it's that awkward. If you ran, it would be too fast. You know.
Sort of a sort of repressed jog.
It's the crossing the road speed when you're not totally confident on the traffic
Ah,
measure.
yeah.
Mhm.
Or that kind of where you've got like a taller friends. Whoever like third step, you've got to run a few steps.
Wow,
So, like,
is this what everyone else feels like?
I was gonna say, so
Keeping up with me?
the base is probably fine because they've probably they get comfortably walking pace, right? Because the base is high. Whereas everybody else still has to do the shuffle to keep up. And
Finally, somebody moving at a reasonable pace.
yeah, and you get to what looks like where maybe some of the students would be housed, like a kind of more like dorms style place. And there's like a kind of like room off to the side goes up to and just opens the door and walks in, and inside washing their hands in like a bowl of bowl of water on the side table near the bed. Kind of very simple room because again the Grand Library, despite being called the Grand Library, is a bit like a church, right? And a bit like a like anyone housed here is simple affectations. Also,
I'm
good
picturing
hello
it kind of like a
as well.
monastery.
Yeah, very similar. Yeah, very much like a monastery vibe inside a big, beautiful cathedral, right? And yeah, like there's this little ribbit person, just like shuffling, and like washing their hands and looking incredibly uncomfortable as soon as the door flies open as he walks in, and they just like stare, massive eyes. They look like they've been caught in the headlights. They're washing their hands. They kind of like look for like a towel. They like hold the towel over them, even though they're fully clothed, and they look quite shocked. Also, hello Scott, if you didn't hear me, by the way. I know you're driving. Enjoy your drive. Drive safe. But yes, so they're there, and the High Librarian, what do you call him, the Grand Librarian there? Yeah, the High Librarian that turns says, "These are the people who answered the letter. This is Florb." And just points at Florb.
Hello, Florb.
And
Hello.
Florb is like 2 feet tall, and like
Yes!
looks up at the group and blinks like each eye separately, and then like realizes they're fully clothed and like dries their hands on the towel quickly, puts it to the side, but very, very neatly. Very, very, very neatly. And then goes into their backpack, shuffles through it, like looks like they're going through a bunch of like index cards, and pulls out one and hands it to whoever is nearest. So who takes the index card?
I'll take it if nobody else does.
And yeah,
Trying to be
Go for it.
sort of polite and facilitating with this
and
librarian and
yeah,
stuff.
and like on the card it just says, "Nice to meet you."
It is nice to meet you too, Florb
Kind of like
of the
nod.
library.
And then like they shuffle through more cards, and then pull out another one and hand it to you.
I'll trade them.
Yeah.
Trade them. Hand it back.
They look really awkward when it's like, oh, but I'm holding one, but you're giving me one, but I'm holding one, and then there's a really awkward moment between you and Florb because they're holding a handful of cards in one, and they're like, oh,
Okay, I'll take the card and then replace it with replace the card in the hand.
They look so relieved when you solve that problem for them, and then they shuffle the card back into their deck, and then the other card just says, and who do I have the pleasure of meeting?
You have the pleasure of meeting the adventuring party that was summoned to deal with the floating city. I am Nebeus. These are my good friends. Katkin,
I manically wave.
Katkin, who will swiftly become your friend whether you like it or not.
I think it takes like a half step back when you like just the entire interaction with Katkin happens. There's just like that half step back of, okay, that's a lot. Nothing said though, it's just all in the eyes and the body.
And Chanterelle.
I'm probably eating something I shouldn't be eating. Like the soap.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Hello.
And then
I put it back there.
Do not worry about them, they are harmless.
They start like shuffling through the deck of cards again, but they take a bit of time like setting several out on like the bed. And then they kind of just point as if they're running like their hand across the line. And it is just this clearly like not too long ago wrote out scribble thing, because the other cards are much like older looking, like the ones that clearly get reused a lot, like the Hello Who Are You stuff. And these ones look quite new, and it is just this big long like speech of, we are, about to undertake a perilous adventure into the city of the gods, and I need your help, and hopefully the adventure itself is reward enough, but if not, I guess I'll look the other way if you have to loot things, and I have a thermal ascension canvas that we can use that will get us into the city, hopefully without the use of magic. The city doesn't react to us. And
I'll just be reading these out as the cards appear.
Obviously. And he keeps like sitting the next one out and the next one out, and then maybe very quickly swapping two around because they're not the right way around, and then and and it's just this whole big speech about how like it's basically the job that he's given you guys, right? Which is that I have this thing called a thermal ascension canvas that will get us into the city.
The temptation to interrupt the speech to ask what a thermal ascension canvas is, but I think that might spook them.
You are the one reading, so you'd be interrupting yourself reading them out.
Right? You just pause, just like.
No, I'd be interrupting the flow of cards, the prearranged flow of cards is the problem.
I'll gesture at Katkin and go, sure, there'll be question time at the end. Let them get their wee speech out.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, rest the job, etc.
And then the last one that they put down is just any questions.
I gesture at Katkin.
Do we have any questions?
I lean forwards and just like, so. No, not scatterbrained. What's a thermal ascension? What do you call it?
They lean to the thermal ascension canvas, they lean in and they flip that card over, and there's like the tiniest scrawl possible, and it's just a big paragraph explaining unnecessary details about robust weaving techniques that would hold in hot air so that
it's a hot air balloon.
Yeah.
It appears to be some manner of well-woven sack that holds hot air and goes up.
And like they nod like profusely as if that's
good solution. Very clever.
I've never heard of such a device.
And then they get excited about that. They go through their card deck and pull out and hand it straight to you. And it says on the card, I invented it.
I see.
We all look like surprised and proud.
So how many times, like I ask him, how many times have you used this invention?
Question.
Oh, he pulls out a card and hands it to you. The card is blank.
There's a first time for everything.
What could possibly go wrong?
They go through, they acknowledge the thing, they go through and they pull out like 8 different cards and just hand them to you. And it's all the things
I just shake my head and hope. I'm just like, that's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
They shuffle them back in. They shuffle them back into their deck and obviously tidy up the cards on their bed very meticulously about the order they put them all back in the deck. And then they just kind of look at you guys and just give you like a thumbs up with a question look in their face.
I'll say this for certain: it beats It beats what we've heard of attempted teleportations.
They like shake their head like as if like no,
Also,
no.
it sounds much better than a boat.
And boats.
They kind of nod.
Boats suck.
And then Orin clears his throat from behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, like Chan makes himself known again. And his full title is like Orientation. That's like his proper title. Like High Librarian's just what people call him, but Orientation is the official title of the first person that worships like the god. But yeah, Yutan clears his throat and he's like, I think I'm probably needed somewhere else now. I've got those books to look out, so if yous are all okay here.
Oh, books. Do you know what happened to John? Like, I just ask him, does he know what happens to John? With no other explanation, just, do you know what
No
happens to John?
context.
And like he walks up to you very clearly because can clearly kind of read your body language. Puts like his hand over like yours, pats it, and goes, "No," just walks off.
Oh, it's
No.
Okay.
But you took that question at face value, I guess.
I probably should have asked him if he knew a man called John first, and then asked him if he knew what happened to him. Oh well.
And then like there's a shuffling of cards, and there's a card that comes into like your vision.
Oh, card.
And obviously, Katkin, if you take the card and read it, it just says, was it John the was it John the owner of, and then it was whatever the business name would just say it's Black Book.
Okay.
It's what Archie referenced in the chat earlier as well. I was like, no one wants to buy books in the morning.
I beg to differ.
leather-bound
So the
books
shop's
for my leather-bound
great.
couch.
Yes. I did leather-bound pounds to go with my leather-bound wallet. So good. Shout out to anyone that hasn't watched Black Books, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, enjoy the
So
art.
good.
Maybe not the
So
guy that
good.
made it. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yes. So
Something I have to look up.
no, definitely don't want to look it up. The
Aw.
show is very good fun, but it is
The
also a
show.
guy that's a bit like very trash man now. Shared a lot of
Oh,
political
yeah.
views that we don't
If you
need
can
to
find
get
a
into.
free way to watch.
Yes.
Oh,
What? Don't put
that
any
will
money.
that
Yeah.
will not be a problem.
Yes. But legal
Um,
gymnastics aside, yes, this card that he hands over, obviously it says, oh, John from, Black Books, question mark. He holds it up,
Yes,
obviously,
yes, that John.
He, like takes
Like,
the card
we went
back,
with-
and then he scribbles on the back of it, and it says John doesn't like.
He liked me.
does he pretend to be dead a lot?
A big shuffle, and it takes like an extra bit of time to get to the right card, and it pulls out and holds it up and just says yes.
Oh, you can let him know that he needs to make sure that the plants feel like real plants.
And
Why
then
has it gone
there's just like
scouse?
this.
What is this?
Hey, it's a traveling accent, okay? It goes where it wants to go.
She's old. She's been many
Yeah.
places.
Yeah, it depends on what version of the backstory she's telling currently, right? And
So true.
because Florb doesn't give her anything to like riff off of, she has to just go with the flow.
You can let John know he did an excellent job. I was thoroughly convinced.
And then like there's the blink of each eye, and then the shuffling again, and then it just says John doesn't like.
Oh. Well, that seems impossible. You seem lovely.
And then there's another shuffling of the cards, pulls out the other one, and it just says blush.
Oh.
Oh. I pull out some kind of candy.
Yeah.
It's probably got fluff on it.
But yeah, so Florb hands a card that just says, "Let's go."
Yes.
Yes. Do you happen to know a cantrip to deal with vacuum orbs?
Can like shuffle through their deck, and then up. No.
Excellent. Let's go.
We'll just move faster than it. Let's go.
They kind of go back into their deck, and they hand out a bunch of cards that say, "Shouldn't be a problem. We're going over them."
Oh.
Oh, they're not in the city.
We don't know. Like, how do we know they're not in the city when no one's come back in one piece?
I don't think it sounded as though nobody's actually arrived in One Piece.
Eh.
That the codex know of.
And what you learned from Yutan when he said, obviously, the coastlines being defended because these things are coming from the city, right? Like the city in the sky, not the city of bridges. Those are two different things.
They're sort of pouring out of the city.
Yeah, and
I
they seem to
guess.
be like drifting along the water onto the coasts, and that's why
Ah,
they're down
okay.
the city guard. And they've been like sort of like supplemented with codex mages, right? That are obviously there to try and do what they can to dispel these things, because they seem to be like rogue energies. Just could tell. And given the ease in which that particular off-distance wizard dispelled the one that Yusuf had to deal with, they're probably doing okay at keeping the city clear of them. But I think the understanding of Florb's plan is that you'll be going to the thermal ascension canvas from the city of bridges up to Tonaltis, rather than having to go underneath and up.
So we can hopefully.
Right.
No.
There was, in the big card explanation, there was some clearer specifics in there about magic seemed to be the thing triggering the defenses of the city.
It's good. It's good that we're not magical.
Science.
So
We're going stealth.
there's another couple of cards that come out and just say, do you need to make preparations?
Do we? I look around.
Probably none beyond what we've already done. It would be great. It would be great if we could figure out some of those, some like that spell that the person used, but I don't think that's really on the cards.
Quickly goes through their cards and pulls out years of training.
Yeah.
No time for that. Let's go.
Yeah, we've done worse. Let's go. Let's go.
And then they like very meticulously pack up their things in their little kind of like bindly backpack thing, and they have to like lie back on the bed and do up the straps, and then they like hop back up.
So Florb, is it Florb or Florb? Florb. Yes. So Florb, beyond being a genius inventor, what skills do you bring?
It blinks each eye individually again and just looks up at you. Kind of goes back into their cards and holds up. I am an acolyte.
So knowledgeable.
Kind of like nod, just nod, like when you say so knowledgeable.
Okay, I'm sticking very close to Florb.
And Florb just like takes one awkward sidestep to look up at you again.
I'm staying very close to protect the bean. Because I don't think they can take a hit.
This tiny frog.
This 2 foot, maybe 2.5 foot frog man. Yeah. Little Florb. Yeah. And like in terms of dress as well, like they're in like it is the navy blues of Codex, but they don't look like they're necessarily an acolyte of Codex specifically. It looks like they've like wrapped them in a more like adventure way, like they've obviously got like trousery, like, you know, it's not just like a draping, let's wander through the halls of the Great Library in a robe vibe here. They do seem
to have some sense.
Yeah, they seem like they were prepared to go on-site adventure, right? They aren't just like, oh, I'm fresh out of the academy. And they don't necessarily seem like, their behavior is friendly and maybe naive, but they don't seem like super young, right? Either. They're not old by any means, but they might be like the equivalent of like 18 or 20 or something, right? So that's
what is that in frog years?
Well, I'm translating it in our years into theirs. We don't need to know their years. That's their business.
I'm just curious.
Again, there is no details. That's just what it is. So yeah, they've been around for the equivalent of about an 18-year-old to us. And that's the vibe you can get just from all your in-universe knowledge that's all pre-established that your characters know that we don't need.
Fair enough, yes.
So yeah, they're quite happy just to leave immediately, if yous are.
I'd like to leave after having a short bio break.
I obviously feel free to go. Like I'm not in charge of that for you. Off you go. But as long as nobody's got any more prep to do, like you can head off to Florb's thermal ascension canvas.
I'm so excited. Let's go. Huh, Evelyn?
So yeah, like they like flap 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 their feet all the way through the beautiful polished wood floors of the Grand Library Cathedral. Um, Anything in particular? Is absolutely nothing you need to do before heading off?
I might gossip with Katkin about John
Yeah, go for it.
on the walk. Just be like, he must have really liked you. If he doesn't like people and he showed up when it was just you, maybe you should go back by yourself and he'll show back up.
Well, there's an idea. Because he didn't speak a lot, but he did answer back. Like I'm pretty sure he
pretend to
did.
be dead in the attic.
Yeah.
Definitely an improvement.
Unless he was actually fairly like I just caught him at a good moment.
Maybe you did break the door down and he wasn't expecting you.
Exactly, yeah. I suspect that might have been the case, possibly.
But
I
it's
didn't
what,
know it.
you never know. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
You didn't have to pretend to be dead, though. It's a bit harsh. Like, I'm quite... like, I'm a little bit upset about this. Left him there.
I pull out another sort of probably slightly dusty candy and hand it up to you. Just be like, it's okay, love. I'm sure it was us. Big clanky dragon and Chanterelle gestures at sort of all of herself. As in like yeah.
Yeah,
I am
maybe
returned.
I'm sure if you went back by yourself, he'd pop back up again.
Well, maybe when we've figured out what this city is, we can come back.
Oh, so
I'd like to see him again.
Yeah, well, we might all die in the Sky City, but apart from that, I think it's a great plan.
there's a little card that comes up just saying very likely.
Oh, okay.
See, they know what's up.
And nodding sagely to themselves as they like flap flap.
What's
flap.
the worst that could happen?
Oh, they start shuffling through
Oh,
loads of cards.
Uh,
But yeah, you get to like this like it's big double doors, big wooden double doors in the Grand Library. You're kind of like quite far into the Grand Library. You're not in like the random little side corridors that led to Utan's office. You're now in one of the kind of main kind of like you pass it one of the kind of main big learning halls, and I think he like leans up and like uses a hand to kind of like stick a bit to the door and like stretch up a bit more and turns the key, like shoves the key back in his pocket and like pushes the door open. Big creak with a heavy door. It leads to like a kind of courtyard with a big kind of covering over the top, and he starts like wheeling this like pulley thing as he gets in like very excitedly. You hear the kind of squeak 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 of the wheel as like the kind of canvas at the top like pulls back. It's just an open aired courtyard that you're in. It's been kind of turned into like a makeshift kind of workshop. In said makeshift workshop in the center, there is a very large it's like, what's the one? Is it kayak or canoe? I always mix them up. Is canoe the one with multiple people? I think canoe's the one with multiple people.
Yeah.
So it's about like a canoe-sized, kind of like woven kind of wooden basket, right? So it's like, and it looks like it's elven techniques that have been used for the woven wood. But it does look like it's probably a big wicker thing, but it's wooden when you get to it and you feel it. A lot harder, more durable than wicker. And it's got this very deflated currently, massive like reams like heavy duty canvas fabric that are kind of littering this place, as if it's all set out very meticulously as far as Florb is concerned. Once the big overhead kind of covering away, they start like shuffling under all the kind of as if they're changing a duvet. They're all the way in and under, trying to like they get to the big canoe, the wooden, start patting it as if get in.
Never before have we seen
Just
such
pop
a
straight
device.
in.
How does thermal ascension work? I'll ask while getting in.
And they
Which one's the front? Is the front there or is the front there? Because it's pointy at both ends, but I want to
I
be at
think,
the
like-
front, not at the back.
like they stop shuffling through their cards to look at you when you ask that. Then they look at both sides of the kind of again the wooden basket, and they sit for like a minute, just staring between the two, and then they go up and they write front on one side, and they just tap it, looking at you,
Yay! I'm going to sit in the front. I want to sit at the front.
and then they finally find the card they were looking for you, Nebeus, and it just says "Watch and see."
With
They-
with interest, I shall.
They look quite excited about this, as well. This is probably the most animated you've seen them. When you asked like, how does it work? So they
He-
like make sure everybody gets into the basket. Obviously,
Mhm.
he like chucks his pack in, runs around, drags another pack, chucks it in, climbs in, pulls like a specific pull thing over, and then has it like hello.
You are back.
Change places.
You are you
My
are returned.
No idea what happened to that. That
It's
was
okay.
No
It's
idea.
back. Yeah, so he pulls like a couple of the kind of propped up pull things that make the kind of canvas thing flutter over. So these are now kind of like inside canvas, as it's like, you know, it's probably just got Nebeus standing as like effectively a tent pole at this point. And then he holds up a little card at you and it just says step back. Let's go to the edges of the
Okay.
front and back. And then
Probably crouched down in a
just
bubble
like
ball as well.
stands in the middle and puts both of his hands up and like holds them about like a bowling ball size apart, and then like you can see he's moving his mouth but no sound is coming out, right? But he's like gesturing his hands as if caressing said bowling ball. Then this light source appears between them, and then it starts to give off like kind of almost flickering, and then eventually this massive gush of flames shoots up, and you just feel the heat immediately, obviously. And then the whole canvas flutters open, and it is just him powering this hot air balloon.
Fair
So
enough.
obviously, after like 5 minutes of little Florb doing this, which, granted, him being able to cast fire evocation for that long is quite impressive. That means that maybe this tiny little frogman is quite adept at magic, in fact, because that's a lot of power to put out. And yeah, this thing like billows up, and it does like just have this massive, almost like elliptoid, not quite blimp shape that fills up the courtyard that you are in. You feel like the wooden basket like rock a little bit, as it like starts to like pull on the wind. And then there's just like one of the hands comes down, and then it kind of like almost balances the kind of orb of flame like on one of his hands, and he reaches in and pulls out another card, and it just says, "Hold on."
I imagine this is quite unsettling, given we have no concept of a hot air balloon.
Yeah, it's quite a new thing, right? This thermal ascension canvas, and then
Exactly.
and it starts to like rock. It then lifts that couple of centimeters off the ground. Then you hear the creak of like the kind of twine and rope all attached to the canvas. You hear the obviously it's still the kind of gush of flames from his hands, and yeah, like you slowly go up and up, and that's where we're going to take a slightly earlier than planned finish. As you
We're flying!
slowly ascend into the
Ah!
skies.
I thought the boat was bad, but this is worse.
It's a sky boat now. Damn it!
It's a sky boat.
Watching the song going, I missed the boat.
What
So
happens if we rock from side to side? Just
Stop it!
You'll upset the frog. And me. You'll upset my stomach.
what would you like to call this session?
Oh,
Something frog related.
also a good shout.
Hmm,
Are we in City of the Gods?
yes.
Uh,
So at this part, Krista, what we do is in the City of the Gods chat on that server, we usually just pop in suggestions for like session titles,
right.
sum it up, and we just pick the one we like in that big session.
Nope. Nope. That was dope. Nope. How did? Yeah, I'm just gonna let you guys put suggestions. I'm gonna wind up pushing something.
No, please push things. I'm terrible at naming stuff.
I think they just meant from a tech point of view buttons that may have caused different things to happen.
also valid.
But obviously, if you've got suggestions, you can just tell us them. Also, that is also valid. I've got the heated ascension canvas, old John or dead John.
I realised I think in Muppet Treasure Island, that is the name of this. Isn't that like young John, old John, dead John?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm
It was
fine
all
with
bit like
that.
dead, John's dead.
Mhm.
Long John.
It's worse than that. It's dead Jim, dead Jim, dead Jim.
God damn.
Oh.
I just feel we're going to start a trend that we might not be able to maintain, considering we had Derek's worst day as session 1.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like old John, dead John might start that trend going, and I'm like, who
Yeah,
are we
if we're just
killing
going to
off
name it
next
after a
episode?
random NPC.
So yes, I mean, it could just be called Florb if you really wanted.
Oh, Florb!
Mhm. Right, good old Florb.
Florb Rising.
Florb Rising's not bad.
Florb Rising's pretty great.
Yeah.
I like Florb Rising.
Mm-hmm. I mean, as I
I'm
said,
also pulling my normal trick of voting early.
yes, that is definitely the trick. You don't want to be the tiebreaker.
Oh.
Anything else, or is Florb Rising gonna win?
I like Florb Rising.
Everybody happy with that? Happy with that? Perfect.
I'm terrible with naming things. I'm just gonna go with whatever.
Now, when it comes to goals, I still don't really think we're at the stage where we need to worry about completely separate individual goals at this stage. I do understand that the mystery of John is now a thing. So
Sorry.
that's okay.
Love
That's how this works. That's how it becomes a 4-year-long game, and keep adding in all these side quests. Story quests, you say?
We'll get back to that.
Well, I just like
yeah.
how the wording was, we'll deal with that after the city business. Like, as if, yeah, like, let's get the side quest out the way first, and then we'll deal with John.
Exactly.
Yeah, John's the main quest.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah.
So yes, I don't think we'll deal with goals just yet. I think the main thing is we'll try and get the whole party maybe in the city. See how well the journey into the city goes.
Yeah, we're still setting up.
With this amazing rickety thermal ascension canvas.
I trust Florb with my life.
Good. And he probably trusts his cards with his. So
Yeah.
yeah. That on the cards was pretty good as well.
I look forward to learning in whether Florb is actually mute or just neurodivergent.
I mean, you could always ask next session, right?
It's probably both, to be fair.
Yeah. So with that, we're going to do the wrap-up chat as well. And we'll let Hannah start. In fact, what we'll do is, I started with Hannah last time, so Nebeus, going to start us off on the wrap-up chat this time.
Remind me what it is you wanted in that again?
It's effectively a summary of how you felt it went. A very brief review. It's a nice, it's like a cool-down chat type way to get back out of the gaming mindset, effectively.
I am vibing.
Okay, good. That all your thoughts about the session? Yeah, you were vibing.
I mean, like I'm speculating on where things could be going, etc. Strategizing and stuff, but nothing like concrete enough to actually vocalize. I
mean, wild theories are also fun, right?
We have had conspiracy walls before.
Yeah.
I think we are wildly underprepared for this, but going in with a good mental attitude.
Exactly. Isn't that just RP?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I feel like that's RP generally. Yes.
I think Florb is going to carry us.
In Florb we trust.
In Florb
we trust.
Sounds like we're starting a cult.
In Florb we trust.
In Florb we trust.
Should have stole some of the robes on the way out.
I suggested that at the start. It's like, oh, we can like pretend we know what we're doing by wearing these robes.
I must say, I'm kind of enjoying being portrayed by a VNG YouTuber, but yes, a more hybrid approach in the future once I'm more recovered. And if anybody else wants one to like put at the side of their screen or something, then we can talk.
We can deal with all that admin-related chat offline. This is primarily about wrapping up the thoughts about the session. But if you are vibing, you're enjoying Florb, excited for this very underprepared adventure, happy days!
Yeah. Happy days!
Anna.
Oh, I am so impressed with how quickly we got through a city. Because John,
my best
we've
efforts.
done that before. We're here for 12 hours, no more. and then we've been there for 4 weeks. I enjoyed the very brief tour of the City of Bridges. Enjoying the Codex. Love everyone we've met so far. Love John. Love you.
Utan, yeah.
Utan. Very excited about Florb. Florb's a great time.
In Florb we trust.
Absolutely. Yeah, I do absolutely agree. We have asked. I think there's just not anyone to ask questions to. That we can't ask loads of questions about the magical city in the sky because nobody knows. That's why we're going. I love that we're in a hot air balloon. Love a sort of modern, more steampunky in a fantasy. I love that this tiny frog invented hot air balloons. Good for that. Love. I kind of love that we didn't ask about the cards. I kind of love that we all just went, yeah, seems fine.
Yeah.
They're just like roll with this. This is obviously their thing. Grand. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't think Chanterelle is going to love the high air balloon. I think Chanterelle's going to hate this.
It's like, oh, sorry, I'm going into the sky in a wooden boat.
Yeah.
The wood's fine, but with fire and the drop.
Yeah. I also don't know if she'll have ever really considered the like being off. Like the sea is still the earth. Like the earth's still there, or whatever the concept of earth is. But she's a mushroom.
Yeah.
Like she's actually from underground, and there's something in the sky. I don't think she's going to enjoy.
It'll be interesting to see.
I am going to enjoy. Yes, lots of fun.
Yeah. And Katkin as Crystal. Your first ever RP session.
Woo! I didn't accidentally turn everything off halfway through, so victory for me.
Yay!
It was touch and go a couple of times, but yeah, this is fun. Like I still don't really understand what we're doing or how we're going about it, but enjoying the process.
I think that also summarizes RP from my experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty on point.
And given the experience the three of us lot have combined, right? Like, I think you're doing pretty damn well, I would say. Very vocal, very into your character. It really helps with the RP side of things. Yeah.
You are engaging with the world.
Love.
That is all one can expect.
It's like, just apologies for taking your random wander through the city and just be like,
No.
That's what engaging with the world looks like.
No, you've created the main quest.
Yeah. That's now the main plot, you know.
We will never forget John.
We just need to get Scott to make a character called John that runs a bookshop.
I like this idea.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah.
But I think it's kind of funny. It's like, oh, this is your first roll ever, and then I didn't actually have to roll that was rather than me.
I know, right?
It's like actually my character will do this anyways. It's fine.
You'll learn very
And not
quickly.
a single dice was rolled.
Like lots of rolling is really necessary if your characters are competent at the thing that they designed their characters to do, right?
Oh, Katkin is confident in everything. She just assumes everything she does is going to work out absolutely fine. It's fine. Like it's all fine.
Deluded and being mechanically competent are different, though, and that's the part I have to care about as a GM. So you can believe you're amazing at everything, which is great because when we roll dice to see if you are, that becomes either very funny either way, right? Because either you were furthering the delusion of excellent rolls, or you actually just show up every single person by saying, no, I am actually brilliant. Haven't you seen all these, successes that I've rolled? Fantastic.
I don't know, the first time I rolled that dice, it rolled a 1, so...
Yes, but it was good to get out of the way.
That's done.
I suspect our competence will swiftly run out.
I mean, hey, you've kept on track for the most part, right? You've found out some more little tidbits about the city, met some NPCs. You're in the sky now. That's good, right? You're still probably...
No, it isn't!
This is great, what are you talking about? Rock the boat, rock the boat!
You're a cat!
Katkin would jump on, like, bridges. All I can picture. That's probably happened to just over a gorge.
Yeah. I'm gonna I wanna work on a way that I feel like I can do like a who's the standout player of the session type thing as well. I do want to work on a way that this system I've not got a flow with it yet to work out how that works because there's no XP that you track in this. It's all milestone based. So it's a bit harder to say give an XP to the person that's, blah blah blah. But I'll work out something that I feel makes sense for that. And it's probably better to do it when we've got full parties in. Can help if possible. Yes.
Not sure I'm a huge fan of the idea, but
It's worked really well in all the other games I've done. It does work really, really well, to be honest. But as I said, I'm going to work on how I feel about that based on what mechanic I feel best suits that in this game, because it might not be one. Daggerheart. I'm still enjoying the system, not that we've interacted terribly much with it. But
indeed not.
That's plenty. What we did was plenty.
I mean, I think as well, it's also a kind of boon to the system being the fact that you don't need to rely on it as heavily, because you do have things like Path Forward that just says you could just do this, because that's what your character is good at. So, yes, it's nice when things are efficient that way and don't get in the way of having the story tell itself. But yes, say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.